I'm not even going to go through the whole name because we have so much to fit in. Oh, look, we're already pinging. And I need to turn this jigger down here. So we are leaving our phones on because we're doing that cool thing, comments thing from our cell phones. So, or from Messenger rather. Whatever number you got, just let me know. There you go. How's that? So, y'all let us know if you're having any trouble because, as always, we are having trouble. When do we not, right? I have to do this, babe, on the page here. I can't do it over here. So, I have a remote for my speaker. How cool is that? Alright. Because I have to turn our voices off. So, let's see if we can get comments this time.
Fingers crossed.
Wow, we are super lame. Did you see us just now? That's us.
This is we. You got a frog in your pocket.
Oh, you know you're equally lame. Watch your toes. I gotta move around here. So we have a whole lot to fit into this episode, and it's actually called Alotta number 1 and where's number 2? Because I was sick, and I was sick with a bellyache, kind of right here, where we thought it was my appendix, but we were hoping it was not my appendix, and you were concerned, really concerned it was my appendix, and I initially thought, hey, I've just got some tummy trouble, extra gas, because I'm a vegetarian. It happens, right? Turns out it wasn't, and so I had to expel the demon from my guts. And that was a fun process, considering that, I didn't want to take anything terrible. But I did end up going to the hospital to confirm that it was not my appendix. Got a CT scan. It was uploaded and actually had a friend of the family who happens to be a doctor was available to stop in and check on me and confirmed via the CT that indeed it was just a little bit of a block, right? So it wasn't a massive...
The word that he used was constipated.
Oh, did he actually say constipated? Hi, we're recording, but okay, sure, come on in.
No, I didn't even know.
I don't know. Are the lights on? I'm trying to show.
No,
I'm
they're
trying.
not on.
Okay, well, get your water.
Yeah, and then turn the lights on, please.
Wait a minute. Why are you getting my water when you have a faucet in there? Do you need help, child?
I got it. Yep, I did. Look how good I am at the game.
You are excellent at the game. Good job. What is the game exactly? Open the water bottle?
I don't know. What's the point?
I don't know. What is the point? You tell me and we'll both know.
A pencil.
Oh, burn. Did I just get burned? Are you going to spit, what is that, tea?
No, it's this black cherry stuff that Alex has on the fridge. I stole some.
Oh, so it's bougie stuff, right?
Well, it's not bougie. It's from Walmart.
That's Walmart.
Okay.
It's like 50 cents a little bottle.
Yeah, it's bougie if it ain't just sweet tea.
Well, there is a peach tea one. This one is just black cherry.
Blah, blah, blah. Love you too. Bye.
Hey, turn the lights on.
You just want to see yourself on the camera.
No, I don't.
I know what you're doing. You're looking. You look like a sheepdog. You need a haircut. Love you, buddy. Bye. Bye. Go. I want to talk about you on camera. And you know what? Everybody has been requesting the hosaphone. I'm so serious right now. Oh, yeah. Hosacord. Oopsie poopsie.
Oh, I have a new instrument.
You have a new instrument? Yeah. Okay, well, maybe here after a bit you can come in and give us a song. Give us a toot or two. I love that. Rascally rabbits. That's the best word or the best name I have for him. We look super glitchy. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's just me. I'm super glitchy tonight, maybe. So I hear stuff happening. So people tell us what's going on. Talk to us. What did I start talking about? Oh. I know what I wanted to talk about. So we have people that are, you need to check with our people here. Can you? Yeah, check with Carol and make sure she's watching. So, because I have comments here, but nobody logs into comment. So, I want to make sure that people all around this world, this great globe of ours, knows that we know that you're watching us. And we haven't forgotten y'all, but like we've ghosted so many people unintentionally because we get caught up in life. I think everybody does, right? Yes.
Yes.
You're doing exactly what I asked you to do, so it's all good, baby. You just do what you do, baby. Eat your cookies and check your phone. Look, that just happens to be what's going on. I'm just
Those are some
saying.
good cookies too.
Point out the obvious.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah, haters gonna hate because I need to watch the whole constipation issue, which can be solved, no lie, with Taco Bell, Coca-Cola, and a little bit of milk of magnesia.
Carol says there's
Magnesium.
no option for comments.
Milk of magnesium.
Magnesia.
That's what I said first, right?
I don't know.
Shit. I know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Phillips, right? Not 66. She said there's no option. Okay, so if you hover over in the right corner, because it's an option for me, if you look at the live video over in the right corner, there should be a little thing that has the little video info and then share video and then show comments. So check that out and see. Let's see. Okay, so it's weird that it doesn't have a place for comments. Mine does. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we have phones. Welcome to the technology age, right? Do you hear all the pinging though? That's why, usually I'm muted. And
So where else could comments come in that we could see?
up your butt. I should probably figure that out. We'll figure it out, people. I promise. At some point, just get on Facebook and send a message via Ouija board, right? Ouija board. That's what it is. That's what Pops calls it. My Ouija board.
Oh, what if everybody goes to your Facebook page and we just
Yeah,
start a thread there?
I mean, you can if you want to monitor that, but me and social media, we do the best we can do today to get along. So if you're waiting for me to just jump on social media and know what the hell I'm doing, I'm learning though. It is a process I'm growing through right now as we speak. Because you're witnessing it firsthand. This is me learning this stuff right now. I just wear the fashion and add the flair.
Yes, I agree.
That was not a tough one for you, was it? Wow. I'm going to comment on myself. Hi,
Here we go.
self. I commented on myself. See where it shows up. Oh, it didn't show up. Look, Carol's not... Oh, yeah, it did. Crap, Carol is crazy. But I love her so much. She's still crazy.
How about this? If on your page I'm posting, those watching can comment here.
Oh, look, she said found it.
Oh, is everybody good?
Awesome. Okay, I found it
All right.
too. So
Cancel
look at
this.
us go. Oh, I'm proud of us. We're all learning together. It's so wonderful. Okay, so all around this wonderful great globe, good grief, great globe, we have people that watch us. And one is Pooja, who watches us in India, and that's a big shout out to her. She's been with us from the beginning. And we have people all over the U.S. Obviously, if I named them all, I would not want to, I was about to say not want to talk anymore, but we know that that's a lie. That's a total lie. It would just take a long time. Okay, so we also have people, some some people who I haven't met that watch us in Canada. So that's pretty cool. I've gotten messages from there. And I'm trying to think, where else? Where else did I saw someone in Ireland, and they let us know about them. So that's pretty cool. I like reaching as far out as I can.
Yeah.
You know, I like to slap a bitch from across the room and say, hey, listen, we might look very different, we might sound very different, but we are all the same. So let's experience life together. I like experiencing life together. You? Say it, Beth. Say it.
Of course I do.
And, somebody who I talked to today ain't Sarah. And we haven't talked to Donna recently. We did, last podcast we talked about there. I hadn't caught up with her, and I did actually catch up with her. And I don't want to air all her. Look, Sarah found it too. Wow. But she had an incident that she's recovering from, and it's a sad thing to have to go through what she is. And I know it seems vague and elusive and all that. I just don't want to kind of talk about her without talking to her first about it. But so I love you, and I'm thinking about you, and it's so cool that we're seeing comments now. So everybody needs to jump on and talk to us, right? So I expect at some point Pooja to come on and talk, and if not, get there. Where was the other place that I told you? It was pretty interesting for me, at least.
Wasn't it like
I said we
South
haven't.
America somewhere?
Yeah, I was like, we haven't talked to him in a while.
Oh no, I don't know.
Besides Pooja, it was somebody else. Anyway, I'm sorry. Now I'm blanking because what can I say? I smoke pot. That's one of those things, right? I'll remember later. How was your day, honey?
It was interesting. Did a lot of schoolwork today, but feel like I got nothing done.
Those are bad days.
So,
Bad
I don't know,
days.
it's weird.
Well, what are you actually doing in school? Let's update people's.
I have a weird sort of assignment this week, and we're putting together a big 3,000 word essay paper for week 8.
God,
and,
that sounds awful. Like I already hate it right now, and I'm not even in it.
And this assignment is basically like we're kind of like an annotated bibliography, but not. I mean, it's instead of it being annotated bibliography, it's just paragraphs about what each of these sources brings, to the paper, and so that's got to be turned in by Sunday. And I think I've got about half of my sources. And you're choosing to
spend your time with us, so I appreciate that because that sounds like some heavy, boring shit. For real.
I have to churn out 10 sources, and and I got about halfway, I guess.
So you have 5 sources. That's halfway. Is there anything I can do to help besides just stand by and look beautiful?
No.
I always secretly hope you'll say something fantastic. Like I'm always going, okay, I'm going to say that one day and she's going to say, go rent a unicorn. And I'll be like, what? You're asking me to go rent a unicorn for you? Absolutely. And then I don't have to, look like I really would look like, right? Because
I'm just trying to just imagine that in my head.
Really?
I'm like,
you can't right away?
All of a sudden, you're like, hey, do you need anything? I'm like, I need you to go rent a unicorn.
How
like
awesome
that all
would
of a
that
sudden
be?
is a thing, renting unicorns.
Okay. How awesome would that be? You can rent unicorns right now. They're ponies
so
with
I guess
a friggin' comb.
my mind would be blown because of like, all right, this is a thing now, renting unicorns.
It is. You can rent a horse that's dressed up like a unicorn. and you can rent them, and it's fantastic. And if you ever told me to do that, I would shit twice and die. That's exactly what would happen. I would be so excited, and I would get right on that chore. There's chores that I don't like to do though, and it's hilarious that since Rory is now working at Walmart, they have discovered that more men are coming to pick up groceries from the online pickup under the wife's name at least, and they ask if they understand the substitutions and stuff, and invariably the husbands always go, I'm sure she knows, or whatever. And Rory said that they had no idea that it was that imbalanced, and I guess as a kid you don't think about who does certain tasks, right? Do you?
No.
I mean, did you ever, like growing up, did you ever say, "Oh, my dad does this, my mom does that"? So many pings in so little
Not
time.
really. No. I spent most of my childhood daydreaming and disassociated.
Okay, well, you're calling it like it is. I don't know that any like really young kid would have, but 17, 18. I mean, I keep saying kid, but Rory is 18 and will be 19 in June.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't. Like, I don't look a day over 20.
That's as crazy as unicorn rentals.
You went there. You really did. Well, I have you know, I'm at least 34.
You're at least 34?
At least.
34
Wow.
what?
Large. 34 large. You called me on it. You're such an ass. So seriously though, what's going on in your world today? The kids?
Yeah. Getting ready for to take Oliver to his birthday party tomorrow.
Weekend. I prefer the weekends.
So that stuff basically done. I think I'm gonna put their gifts in a bag of some kind. And
oh my God, you're not that one. I'm not gonna let you do that. I have enough gift wrapping stuff here we will wrap the gifts. Yes.
Do we have birthday paper?
Yes.
Okay.
And if I have to, I will pull some comic pages out and I will paper mache that shit in comic book.
You got comic pages?
I might. You've got some in the vault somewhere.
No, those are gone.
Oh.
The ones that they got damp, and so I just
You're
tossed
damp.
them. They were done.
I don't know. I got. That's all I got, babe. I'm not very funny tonight. I just recovered from a poo brick. That's what it felt like. Okay, so like I legitimately thought I was dying. And my wonderful Aunt Sarah, I will not divulge her business either, but she does have a member of the family who has suffered such crisis as well and has experienced excruciating pain from this clog, if you will. And what was making me nuts is you hydrate. Well, you have to pee because you're hydrating so much. So each time I would have to pee, I was hopeful. And it was like every 15 minutes, I was like, oh, this could be it. Oh, this could be it. And it was like a roller coaster ride for 3 days. It's like, it really did feel like giving birth. Not like the actual event, but how the process, the lead up to the impending birth is. There was no real action though. Like it just sort of resolved. So it was very disappointing that I didn't have like a big blowout.
Considering that, you had what's
Audacity.
The other stuff called? What's the other stuff called?
What stuff?
The other stuff that you had to make a drink out of.
Oh, the Miralax.
Yeah, you're doing like a combination of Miralax and milk of magnesia. I was expecting
but
some
all I had to do
explosions.
was get Taco Bell.
Where's the show?
And
there wasn't one.
And it was just fantastic that the Taco Bell and turmeric combo worked.
Like
you
Dumb
know,
and
to
Dumber.
work.
Did you ever watch Dumb and Dumber? And then he puts all the laxative in his drink. And...
Right, but that's the difference, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
So I used more holistic, homeopathic type route. Whereas if you take a stimulant, like a real heavy laxative, you know, you would get the explosion. I didn't do that because I didn't really want like the grand event to be so grand, because let's face it, I still have to function, right? And I prefer to be neat and tidy about things like that. And so that probably would have traumatized me, but it is really funny to think about. Like, it'd be funny if it happened to another person, not me.
That's why it'd be
per
funny
se.
to me.
That's because you're a jerk. You are such a jerk. Okay, so we've got, I guess, the weekend covered with them. I was talking to someone today, and they're having a challenging situation in their life where it's kind of like a hearsay scenario where you have to kind of weigh the pros and cons of your connections. And so you look at your connections one day and you go, okay, who's on this list of people that are really a support? And you keep them in line. That's usually family first, right? So then outside of that, you look for people that you trust. That's people you would leave your children with and your pets, because pets are people too. So if you trust them enough to leave significant stuff with them, then you can say that they're next in line. Oh my gosh, I want that to be the president. Oh, it's just
You know, it's.
spam.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
Yeah,
just making those.
I
the
know.
president's
We
phone.
need presidential type stuff or Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
That'd be good. At least it'd be entertaining. But outside of family and then close friends, you have acquaintances in your life. You know, I always talk about not all relationships are meant to be permanent. Some are just lessons, right? So you have these acquaintances. Why are you being weird?
I'm looking at the screen.
Oh, yeah. Comments. Good job on being weird, honey. I appreciate that from you. So, in these acquaintances, you have to see who has your general interest at heart. You know, that means, do they value what you value and value your direction? You know, either you're growing together or you're growing apart, right?
Yep.
Don't you think? Okay, so you look at who's growing with you, who you're growing with, and you determine who you want to keep in the inner circle. Did you ever do that? Did you cull through and decide who you wanted to be in your inner circle?
No, it just
I
kind
feel
of.
so close to the screen.
It just kind of flowed that way, organically. You know, people who become
Like
part
my
of
poo.
who become part of your inner circle are they're just there
Always?
when it matters.
Okay. So how do you determine when somebody's always there when it matters? Is it your
Whenever you start
determination
thinking,
or them?
whenever you start thinking of them as family.
So then they become family. They don't just become, you know, those familiar friends.
Yeah.
So how do you know when somebody is worth getting off the list? You know, how do you look at these acquaintances and say, these people are a good support for me, but they have these other attributes that don't benefit?
I don't know.
How do
That's
you
kinda like
determine who you keep, I guess?
Sitting there and going through my list of friends, passing judgment on each one, you know.
And you said it right there. The
I'm not really
reason we
comfortable
don't
with
like
that.
doing that is because we don't want to pass judgment on anyone, because we both feel like everyone has the potential to be great. You know, we look at people, and we weren't always like that. We didn't always look at people as if they had potential or they were great. We looked at people who, I guess, who reflected us. You know, we were vibrating at the same level as people of us, like
Yeah.
us. So we didn't have that good spot. So we had to get a leg up so we could look at where we came from, so we knew where not to go. right?
Right.
Okay, so once we did that, when we looked down to see where we had come from, we looked around to see who was there holding up their hand, wanting to go with us. And if you don't raise your hand around me, then I'm not going to know that you're with us, right? So when I say, stand up for who you love or stand up for what you believe in, I mean you better do that where they might overlook you, right? Look, I'm getting comfy. My slippers. Do you think that they would overlook you?
Yeah, I mean, if you sort of live the way I used to, it's kind of flying under the radar. Easily overlooked and not remembered.
You're doing the weird hand rub thing again.
Oh, sorry.
Why are you doing that?
I don't know. Sometimes I just like to rub my hands together.
Do you need lotion?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I could use lotion, though, if you got some.
Oh, my Lord. Of course I have lotion. It's part of my job to always be prepared like a Boy Scout, but in my desk. Like, thought you were going to hit me with it.
Uh-huh.
You got awful close. This is what happens when we sit too close together. Okay, so how come none of the comments are... Nobody's commenting, I think.
Maybe they're bored.
Shut your mouth. Probably. Are y'all bored of us already?
Friday. I could be out doing stuff.
Okay, so I did redo my website.
Cruising.
I did redo my website, and if you'll notice, I have very abstract visuals for people to look at in case we get boring. So that's what you do. You just listen, kind of as background noise, and you scroll up, and you'll see that there's this very funky visual.
I don't know if I call
However,
it funky as I would call it disturbing.
you better quit it. Okay, however, I didn't realize until most recently when I checked it out that the website on the desktop is very different than the whatchamahoosit app. That's the word, app. Oh, look, Sarah says, nope, not boring at all. Oh, that's something that we actually talked about. We were going to kind of prank him. Oh, my God. Okay,
What?
give me
What?
that. You're done. You're so done with that. Ah! Evil woman. We discussed that there is a delay between the comments because you were an audience member when Joe and I went live on Facebook, right? And so you were there as an audience member and you were able to say, hey, there's this weird delay. So we're talking, we change
Yeah.
subjects so fast.
But I can see it here even, because on this screen over here is
Way
what everybody
to
else sees.
call us out for being bougie having two screens.
And there's,
Good
I don't
job.
know, with
Good
like
job. Good job.
a 15,
I'm just saying.
20-second delay between when we say something and then when it shows
We
up on the
don't
screen.
have another screen. She is lying.
And,
We just have a cell phone propped up right there.
In 15 or 20 seconds, you could jump to two separate subjects.
I just did. Like, I was sort of trying to prove a point. That was already, like, 6 things I talked about. And so if you're wanting to reply to something, either be quick, like super quick, like precog to what we're actually going to say,
Read our minds.
or you give us content to talk about, and then we talk about it, because we know what you want to hear. I did promise that we would answer questions like how tall we are, and you know why I said that? Because whenever I say something like, people ask me how tall I am, I say, I'm 5'2", and they say, oh, I didn't know that they stack shit that high. Well, guess what? Clearly they do, because I was full of it. See, so that's kind of like those dad jokes, right? Okay,
Bazinga.
so half of the screen is black. I can barely see you, Brandon. If I turn the comments off, screen is normal. Oh, that's why people don't want to comment. What if you hit the
You want to trade places with me?
button in... No, I don't want to. People like looking at you more than me. She's just wonderful and nice. Okay, so from now on, nobody has to open up the comments thing and comment. Just text us or message us, and we'll just do it that way because, you know what? I would hate for you to not be able to see me. That is it's tragic, really. So maybe if I just move the camera a little bit, that would help. So, I'm always fussing with the camera. Did that help at all?
Um,
Why are we so big? We're like giant.
this one's on full screen.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, never mind. Just forget it. Forget it. Is that any better, Sarah? Can you see my face? But you can always message. You hear me pinging. But you also don't hear.
I think you take the camera the other way.
I think you should take your mouth off. I don't know how you would
put
do
yourself
that.
further on that side. No, just
There's-
rotate the whole monitor.
What just happened?
You broke it. Good job.
You're a terrible person. Don't say awful things to me like that. Did it really just shut off?
I don't know.
Holy Toledo, did I break the camera?
The clock's still ticking, so we're still streaming.
Oh no, what did I do? What did I do? Okay, well, we'll just talk about how our lives are going then. Nobody has to look at my face. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I
Baby
don't know if
Jesus in a manger with your golden fleece diaper. I clearly have feed, right? Do I? Or don't I? Devil dog. I don't even know where I'm plugged in. Oh my God, the show must go on. Keep talking. Distract him, Beth. I don't even know.
I don't know if they can see everything that's going on, and we can't, which is kind of funny.
Well,
and
we'll
they can see
never
everything that
know.
you're doing.
Well, that's okay. I don't mind if they
Wait,
see
let me
everything
ask.
we're doing. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Let me ask Carol if it's frozen on her end.
Yeah. Ask Carol if it's frozen on her end. 'Cause anyways, we're just going to keep talking anywho's. All right. So now that I've totally screwed that up, what was I actually even talking about? Because I don't know. Sound is on. Well, that's good. Camera's
Yeah, it's
not.
frozen. It's frozen for everybody.
Okay. So,
Can you hear?
yeah, she said, yep, keep talking. Okay. Well, so you can look at the beautiful frozen face of mine. Or I think I will probably try to reset. Maybe. I don't know how I can do that, but
Well, if you pull the camera and then plug it back in, will it interrupt
that was
the
the
stream?
thing. I don't know. I was trying to figure out where the camera was to begin with. So, because y'all have no idea the jungle of wires I have. You just don't understand. It's, reboot. God, that'd be tragic though. Let's see if anything happens. The mic is back. Okay.
Yeah,
let's
she
see.
says she can hear us.
Oh, there was the camera. Okay, I just rebooted the camera, so it's not the camera.
So that means it's the
It's the jigger.
the software video input.
Yeah, the jigger. Oh, she says she has wires everywhere too. So
You are so fired.
I am. I really am. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stop this one and start again. So y'all just stand by. Don't leave us. I promise. I will come back. I just don't know how or where, but I will reboot. So be right back, guys. If we're back, did we do good? Are we here?
More yellow than normal?
Yes, we are very yellow. What is up with that? What is happening in my life right now? I'm going to clean it though. Ooh, there we go. So did we come back? Are we normal again?
Yeah, we're back.
Yay! Oh my God. That's like 3 things that we figured out how to do all on our own. But for some reason the camera, I still am not getting it together, guys. And I'm too scared to move it. So we're going to do the best that we can. I'm creeping it along. Okay. So just deal with it. Is that better, Sarah? This was all for you. I hope you know that. Okay, now that we've lost most everybody, let's get back to the topic of conversation, which was what? Who's going to tell us? We've talked about my poop. And we've talked about what? The kids, the weekend.
Yeah.
What else have we talked about? What's relative in our world?
Gosh.
Oh, I know what I was talking about.
Days are too long and nights are too short.
I was talking about how we have to have friends that kind of we sift through and fall off of our friends list, right? People that we are acquainted with sometimes. And I was apologizing to our family and our friends for us kind of ghosting everybody for a little while I was sick. And we don't intentionally do that, but life happens. Why are we so yellow?
That's gotta be the camera.
Aw, Sarah says she knows that, and I appreciate your effort. Oh, we were also talking about the delay.
Yeah.
There's a delay in the comments, which is what started this whole ordeal. But it's really not your fault, Sarah. And I did talk about, she had the family member that also had the issue. What?
I'm gonna time the delay.
You're really going to go all nerdy with it?
I am.
I love her for that, just so you know. And, so many other things. What? 5 seconds? Are you counting? That was funny.
8 seconds.
Oh, wow. You know what 8 seconds is? Do you know what that is in country talk?
That's riding a bull.
It is. Not 10, but 8. 8 seconds. Could you make it 8 seconds on a bull?
I wouldn't make it 2 seconds on a bull, because I would not be on a bull long enough or ever to be timed.
Really? That's what you're saying right now? So no rodeoing for you?
Not a chance.
What about at a bar?
Not a chance.
Like you wouldn't get on the mechanical bull?
No. I'd watch everybody else do it, and I would enjoy the show.
Oh, Carol. Carol, we have a new goal in life, and that is to get beautiful Beth on a mechanical bull. It's going to happen, Dave. It's going to happen. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. And it's going to be fantastic and glorious. And you know what? Considering that I don't drink, so I don't get inebriated, it's going to be even better because I will be the one that can allow you to get sloshy drunk to build the courage to do it.
No,
and
because
then I will
would have to be
awesome
in a
video.
strange place in which I'm not going to get sloshy drunk in a strange place.
Oh, Carol and I can...
I won't get sloshy drunk anywhere anymore.
Carol and I will keep you safe. Well, now that you say that, that brings up, real sensitivities that I don't want to talk about right now. But, that is another one of those things that can make friends fall off your list. What?
She's already ridden one.
Oh, my God. See, I knew it. All right, so Carol lasted 6 seconds on a bull. Like a mechanical or real bull. Either way, that's awesome shit. So if Carol can do it, your ass can do it too.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a matter of can. It's a matter of won't.
It's a matter of you gonna.
Okay.
I think it'd be funny. I think that Joe would like to see it too. I think that
if all y'all think y'all are strong enough at the same time to put me on a bull, then all right.
Joe says, "Oh, shut
But
up."
y'all aren't.
We could do it. I'm formulating. Joe and I can formulate a way to be big enough to
Y'all
maybe
be walking
not.
away with bumps and
Maybe not,
bruises.
because Joe has Karen. Okay, so Joe texted and said, "Shut up." So, Joe, I don't know what I'm supposed to shut up about, but
just shut up, shutting up.
you're not falling off my friends list if that's what you're concerned about, because you're my heart. Like, oh my God. Okay, so yes, like a real bull. If people ride real bulls, why is that so hard to understand? Even you, Carol, I could see you riding a bull. I could see you being like Crocodile Dundee and staring some animals down and making them roll over and shit. because you know, I believed that up until you said that you were enamored and in love with this kitten, your grand kitten. Now I have zero faith that Carol could control anything. If you fall in love with a cat, you are 100% just gone under a spell because it shouldn't happen.
You have somebody else
Oh.
here.
Okay, so you know something that is really cool is I had to. I had to wait to see one of my favorite clients, Toby, because Toby's been working so much and is further into the transition. And it was so awesome to see him today and be able to hear his voice, you know, be new and such. It's, God, I love it so much. I love this journey. I mean, I think that when I get down in the dumps, it's usually because I have not seen, though I haven't seen my clients like face to face. It's a struggle for me.
Yeah.
You know, because you become part of the Sacred Groves family, you know, for real. It's like I know intimacies that you share with your best friend, that you share with, you know, your only your family. And that's part of what I was saying, you know, is that some people have to fall off your list. Just like when I'm done coaching someone, I don't deserve to continue to check in on them. You know, I don't get that privilege. They hire me, and then when they finish, it's my obligation to allow them to return to the wild, to the jungle. You know, they return back to the life that they're choosing, whether it's a pathway that they learned here or whether it's something totally different. I don't have the privilege of just being a part of their family unless they invite me. You know, and that's the thing. Being invited into somebody's inner circle is a privilege. You know, the only thing I'm found. Okay, so, oh no, Aunt Donna hasn't been well. Oh no, she says she knows I've been sick. Okay.
Ooh, what a naughty girl. Sorry,
Well,
Carol.
I love you, Donna. I know that you can't get on right now. So, why did we figure out why we're so yellow? Are we Simpsons characters now?
Apparently we are. Welcome to Springfield.
Hey, whatever I did to the camera, I guess it's a new look on us. Um, I do want to talk a little bit about, though, for real, what we're going to be doing in another month.
What do you mean?
Okay, well, this is what month?
January?
And this is January, what, 15th?
No. 14th.
Wow, okay, so in another month, what would it be? See that, people? You see what I just did there? That's how you bring someone aware
talking about
that they have
Valentine's Day?
forgotten something.
You talking about that capitalist holiday, Valentine's Day?
You better stop it. I prefer to call it Love Day, and it's an observation, really, not a national holiday. So it's an observable holiday.
Yeah, you need to be buying me chocolates.
You need to stop. I'm trying to play with you. You know who gets the chocolate in this family. And you know who's going to buy it. And it's not going to be me. You're going to buy me chocolates. I do love chocolate. So do you. So Valentine's Day is one of those really good holidays. But it is also a reminder of when I had a mental health crisis. And it correlates also to childhood fire. So I had to make it into something new. That whole time period, I had to make it into new memories. So I did. I chose to open up my gift shop on February 15th, and kind of homage. And I wanted to do another reopening since I shut during COVID, and I'm not going to be doing that. And it's a sad truth, but I am going a whole different route, and that will be announced. Not right now, but later, later.
No, right now, right now.
Right, later, later, for real. Okay, so how sad is it now that we've lost Betty White and Bob Saget?
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It is a bummer, and you see all the social media memes and all that stuff, them together in heaven and da da da. And it brings up the point. Do you believe in heaven like that? You know what I mean? Do you believe in
the
this,
stereotypical
where they're going to be arm in arm and
wings
stuff?
in the clouds and all that?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, well, what do you people believe in? Oh, we have to wait 8 seconds. Ride a bull for 8 seconds. So I really do. I'm genuinely interested.
I lost my faith a long time ago. It happens in the military, especially, whenever certain things happen and you're found asking the question that can't be answered. And then after a while you start analyzing, theologies and finding holes in this, that, and the other. And then, when everything that you believed in sort of crumbles around you, you start looking for something that you can hold on to.
Give me something to believe in.
I choose to believe that.
You're singing it now. Since
we all break down to our most basic element is actually energy. Beneath atoms, is energy.
Right.
So that's all we are. And so since energy, as we know it, can be neither created nor destroyed, then when our body dies, our energy moves on. It becomes something else.
Cyclic.
And so whether or not you hold on to your consciousness, as a human being, I don't know.
Well, do you want it to be that way? Because
do I want it to be that way? Yes.
It is how you want it to be.
Considering that there's
we're the creators of our reality.
There's all this scientific evidence out there about residual energies left over from people and things like that. That there's enough there to say that maybe you do hold on to some semblance of consciousness, or maybe even so much so that you gain the universal consciousness, and you're no longer confined to a human body.
Okay, well, so have you seen that crap? I say crap just because I can't cite it, because I'm not that cool like that. I'm not going to nerd it up. But have you seen the research behind where they take...
Sorry. COPD, sorry.
That's tough to keep that straight face. Okay. So they've had the research where they have taken and put in pictures or names or numbers and such under ceiling tiles in hospital rooms where people typically pass away, to see if anyone who's brought back, like say they've suffered a heart attack or something, if they're brought back, they ask about what they've seen in the tiles. And so there's actually this whole thing about that. And I want to look further into that. I've watched it a couple times, but not enough to actually be an expert of any kind on it. But yeah, we sort of have an autumn tone here.
Hey.
Is it yellow for everyone? Did we find out? People tell us, like there's 8-second delay, so that means I have to quit talking for 8 seconds.
Can you?
I'm not timing. I can't take it anymore.
You made it. I think you
did.
Made it.
I really? Did I make it 8 seconds? And nobody even commented or nothing. Wow. Wowzers. Oh, wait. Sarah did. I'm very interested in that subject, too.
What subject?
Oh, my God. Did we already forget?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
So we can't even wait 8 seconds. We're talking about the astral travel out of our body. That's what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
whenever
yeah,
I
yeah,
said
yeah,
that, I
yeah.
can't believe you said that though.
Like, what?
You're such a jerk.
I mean, yeah,
Oh.
and they come back, and when their body gets resuscitated, and they're like, oh yeah, I saw this or that. Um, I don't know. I mean, that's I think everybody's experience. It starts with, their core beliefs. Maybe that's how their consciousness copes with the transition of moving from I guess third dimension to fourth or fifth dimension.
Well, we don't really know, right? We don't. How
No,
how
nobody
can we
knows.
possibly actually know? And even if we did know, we wouldn't actually know because it's so subjective.
Yeah.
You know, I'm dying here, Sarah. Sarah thinks we're funny, and so that's awesome. That's all I care about is one person. Joe's not even watching. Oh my gosh. My BFF, Joe, isn't even watching. My co host, number 2, isn't watching.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Wow. I'm crushed. Can't even believe it. That's okay, because you know what? Now I can just talk about how ugly he is. You know what? Yeah, it's because I look. So Carol says, obsessed much? Yes, the sepia tone. Okay, the reason I'm obsessed is because I am not sepia naturally. And I'm all about being as natural as possible right now. That means boogers, broccoli, anything. It don't matter. You
Boogers
get
and
who,
broccoli.
both at the same time. It could happen. Boogers coming out my nose, broccoli hanging out my teeth.
Do you ever be like, is this a booger or broccoli?
Maybe when it's on my shirt, because you know sometimes when boogers get dry, they fall out. Okay, I'm just saying this is why I didn't make it in the woman's world very, very well. I wasn't graceful and or smooth when it came to being social, really. And what was it that Dad said the other day when he described me? I was very active, but he said something I can't remember what he said now.
Yeah, me neither.
It was the nice way of saying that I was a pretty obnoxious child. How do we describe our kids? That's usually how it gets you. So I talk about my dad all the time, and I love him to pieces. He's a fantastic dad, and he has come to the realization today that it was too cold in the basement to work, so he was going to work upstairs. And he was telling me this as he was standing in front of the heater. Now, this is like my big concern for him is that he's standing down there in the basement in his shop, and it's really cold. Sure, it keeps the wind out, but still, it's a basement. It's cold in there. The windows, don't seal well and all that stuff. So I asked him if he was going to take and put a heater down there. And so he's thinking on it, he said. He's not really sure yet. Because, he's just living here for a little while until, he gets married. So we're just a way station. He doesn't want to invest in a whole lot,
Right.
Hey, I have hope for the man. I think he'll get married one day. I do. And I hope she can cook. Because I get the love of victuals from somewhere.
When he had a visitor that one time and you were out there too, how did that interaction happen? Did it look like Fred was trying to be part of anything?
Okay. All right. You know what it made me think of? There's a show on Netflix, isn't it? Love on the Spectrum, and we watched a couple episodes. Remember about the young adults that are dating and they have Asperger's, and some of them, I think some of them aren't as high functioning as others on there. I mean, there's a wide spectrum, is what I'm saying, and it's sort of showing the dating, and it's very parallel. Like, it's interesting to watch how unaware of social cues someone can be. you
Yeah.
know, and I am reminded in situations like that my dad can't always see those social cues, so he's oblivious when a chick is flirting with him. So whatever, you know. Um, maybe we can, um, maybe we can. What is it? The speed dating. Maybe Dad can. No,
He can't do anything
speed
fast.
dating. Yeah, that would be a nightmare. Oh, he can. He can think very fast. He just can't always
He can
articulate
think
it
very fast if he wants to be a smartass.
Oh, he does have quick wit. He's a pretty fun guy. I think so. Not everybody thinks so. Not everybody's cup of tea, right? That's my dad. Not everybody's cup of tea. So, what's new in my world? Well, I am moving a lot of stuff onto new platforms and doing different things because I want to be occasionally the voice of reason for people. You know, I have some clients that one of my big things is bark like a dog, right? Whenever you're trying to bully yourself, do you know what that is? Like when you bully yourself, do you know what I mean by that?
um, I guess so. I mean,
How would you bully yourself if you understand what I mean? How do you bully yourself?
it's usually aggressive, negative self-talk.
Hmm. Right. So I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm never going to be anything, blah, blah, blah. People bully themselves like that, right? So the goal is to just acknowledge when you feel like you're dumb, because feelings aren't fact, right? So when you feel like you're dumb, or you feel like you lack something, self control, or what willpower, whatever you feel, so you just acknowledge that you have that feeling, and then you move through it, and you say, "Okay, I see you there feeling. I'm not going to judge you. I don't have to talk mean to myself, right?" So when you can remove the one negative thought or negative belief and put something more positive, like an affirmation or motivation in there, then it changes the entire outlook and mood of what you're doing, right? And so when you are unable to do that because you're not present and aware, if you bark like a dog, all of a sudden you realize that you're being, you know, uh, yappy at yourself, right? So if you find the yappy what are they? The yappy
Chihuahua?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The
Shih Tzu?
yeah, that too. Chihuahua, Shih Tzu. If you find those dogs most offensive,
We
then
have a
bark
Shih
like
Tzu.
those. Okay,
And he's our house alarm.
palace guard, as Lucas said. So whatever, he is a little sheet. Um, if you have one of those and they're offensive, bark like those dogs. If you are offended by loud, scary dogs, then if you're being really mean to yourself, like overbearing, then bark like, you know, that dog. But either way, you can even bat at yourself like a goat. I can't do it. Can't bat. Oh, okay. So I also want to say, you know, we talk about Kylie on here. Kylie, speaking of goats, Kylie has COVID, and she's sick. Oh, my phone just brought up stuff when I said that. Did you see that? COVID. It's just like last time. You know, Goggle came and started talking. I didn't do anything, and all of a sudden my phone popped up with that. But so she's sick, so I want people to be thinking about her. We know a lot of people that are going through that, and and it really super sucks. Dad kept thinking that I had the COVID, and I was like, I have the shit. I don't have the
Everything.
COVID.
Everything is the COVID.
Literally, if you get a splinter, it's the COVID. So, but he has a right to feel how he feels. His feelings are valid. He's old and he wants to just live forever, like me. So he doesn't want to get sick. Me, I just hate being sick. I hate it so much that I try to avoid it at all costs, and then I end up not going to the pot and not drinking water because apparently I don't have time for that stuff. You know, even life coaches aren't perfect, right?
True story.
And I'm going to do better and be better so I can have my glow back that's not sepia. See, that
I
bugs
think it looks
me.
pretty cool, actually.
Of course you would. You like to look sepia. You like autumn. I like to be real pasty in your facey. I don't know. I got nothing. So shout outs to Michelle Matthews because she commented on my profile on Facebook on my picture, and we haven't talked to her for a spell because I was sick and I didn't do the podcast. And she did call, though. I didn't even talk about that on the podcast before. She called several weeks. It could have been a month ago. I don't know. I smoke pot. But she called and we got to catch up, and it was super cool. Now that I think of it, I might have talked about it on the podcast when it happened. That seems like I've said that before.
I've smoked pot and slept since then. It's like a
And
reset switch.
And done some seriously cool stuff, I mean, and that's the thing. I don't really care what happened yesterday unless it was something that I needed to learn from. Why are you kicking my chair?
You got stuff
Do you
on
have some sort of
You got
vendetta against me?
You got stuff on it.
Could you just stop touching it? We got this chair in Germany. And
Stole it fair and square.
Okay, we did not steal it.
Well, we didn't really ask anybody for it either.
Okay, first of all, it came out of the old hotel, and they had a whole bunch of them, and they said, anybody wants anything, come get it. And we did.
Rumor has it. Allegedly, somebody said that.
Facebook does not lie. I mean, seriously. I'm gonna mush your face.
It's a really good chair.
That's what I do. Okay, so we're watching Bates Hotel with Carol, and so we'll have a phone call or a chat going, and we'll be watching it.
Are we watching tonight?
Hopefully, I don't know what her plans are. Maybe she should chime in and tell us. But anyway, so we're watching it with her.
Are we watching tonight?
Oh my God! 8 seconds. Wait 8 seconds. She'll tell us. But just remember that that's what you asked. Criminy. So Norma Bates triggers me so hardcore. And so I sat there on the couch and squish her stupid head. Because for some reason that really does make me feel better. I don't
That's
know
good.
why.
It's better than committing murder.
Okay, I would never murder anyone for reals, but I definitely have fantasized about it. But I have a history in forensics. So, yeah, I know some things. I just put that out there. Not that I'm threatening anyone, I just know some shit.
You know that you can't get away with it.
You can't. You absolutely cannot. I don't care how good you are. You just can't do it unless they're aliens. And if they're aliens, nobody will ever see them. Huh? You see what I did there? I worked that every day of my life. This is it. This is just who we are, because she doesn't want to laugh when I say funny stuff. But she wants to laugh hysterically and maniacally both anytime I say something that I'm being serious about. Stone cold serious. I say something to her and all of a sudden she's laughing like a hyena, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh, it reminded me of this. Like totally random commercial from the 80s.
Anytime that I laugh because he's doing something when he's serious, he is also at the same time completely animated.
So
like
I'm Donald Duck.
Turned up to 11, animated. So if you can see him lose his shit and not laugh about it, and it's not anything major. It's not like something super serious. It's something really trivial, and like the computer is screwing up, and it keeps
or I
screwing
hit
up the
the
same
wrong
way,
key.
and then he'll get animated in a certain way. It's just so funny.
Oh, she sucks so bad right now.
You'd laugh too.
You're not even cute. I don't even
Carol's
like
gonna
you.
laugh too. I promise.
Whatever. You know what? I need a marshmallow gun.
Why?
So when I'm being bullied by you, I can
just catch
you'll
'em.
eat them. I know. That's exactly what you do. Okay, so picture this. Holy crap. Genius idea. Are
What?
you ready? Oh, we're going to have to get Joe on board. This is big. This is
I'm
so
already
big.
invented chair pants.
This is better than chair pants. So what if you know how Wipeout is, like that show Wipeout that we watch? You know how they have all these different obstacles, or even Ninja Warrior, right? What if there was a thing like that that was just a wall of chocolate, like streaming chocolate?
Continue.
Right? Now you're invested. Take my money. Okay. So streaming waterfall, and it was like laser tag, but without the lasers and without the tag, just with marshmallow guns and
Laser
and a
tag
chocolate, like a
minus
life size.
The lasers and the tag.
Well, okay, so it's us shooting marshmallow guns at each other through an enormous chocolate wall. Like, instead of it being like walls, like building walls, it's just like fondue type stuff, like cheese here, like a cheese wall and a chocolate wall, and
So
this is what stoners talk
if you have
about.
to
I'm sorry, people
shoot
get
something
with
through
it.
the cheese walls at a crouton.
Yeah, yes, you can use a crouton gun, or you can use a marshmallow gun. Look, this
is a
needs
food
to
fight you're
happen.
describing. A food fight.
Right, but a legitimate food fight that could be a sport. You know, because it's sort of like hunting. It's sort of like going through a maze, so it's a little puzzly. Sort of, people will pay to escape from a room.
Yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't sell.
Right.
I'm just saying what
I
you're
would
describing
go
as a
there.
food fight.
Oh my God! What if you had like burrito bombs, and you could throw like grenade burrito bombs through the chili cheese? What if you had chili showering from the ceiling? That might be messy, and there's probably
I think
so
eventually
many
this place would
permits
fill
involved.
up with
Like
food,
there would be so many
cheese
laws
and chocolate
broken.
and chili.
No, it would be like a cleaning, recycling place. Like, you know, once it just goes through the air, it just needs to be cleaned a little bit. There's not chunks and stuff in it. Maybe have snot shields with holes in it, like you have to shoot it through the holes, and then it goes to the
So that's
other
just
court. And in order to score, you have to catch it in your mouth.
That's just no fun anymore. That's too much.
Oh my God, I love rules. Give me the rules. Bring on the banquet and give me the rules. I am participating. And you know what?
Chicken butt.
This is why we can't have nice things. You know why?
Chicken
Chicken die! Oh my God, what was it that Oliver said? Something chicken beak?
Oh God, I don't know. He'll just think of something that'll rhyme,
Yeah,
that he
it's
can
like-
make rhyme with chicken whatever.
He will be a poet like Aunt Donna. I'm going to ask her if I can read some of her poems online. Carol says gross. She said gross to my fondue
Yeah, the food
laser
fight-
tag idea. Fondue laser tag.
The further you went with
No.
it, the grosser it got.
Your face is gross. Do you like that? Do you like that when someone says
We
that?
could just watch Double Dare. They already did that.
No, Double Dare was gross. Their whole bodies were submerged. I don't want to submerge my body and stuff. I just want to stand there and shoot a burrito at somebody's face.
I think this is what you want. You need to go to the Renfest and then look for the guy that's in the stocks that you throw tomatoes at. Because they have that,
Oh,
you know.
not tomatoes. Gross.
They have that, you know.
Tomatoes. I draw the line at tomatoes. I'll throw a burrito at you, but the tomatoes have to be diced up and hidden in the ground beef.
We went, I went to one of those once I was on leave, and I went to Houston, and I was visiting Nini and Papa, and Uncle Ray, and who else? Uncle Ray and
Gandhi. Were you visiting Gandhi? Because it
Well,
sounds
Melody was
like
there, and
it sounds
then
like you're. It
Gina-
sounds like you're
I think
dad
Gina
right now.
Gina was the one that took me, and we went to the Renfest, and
Okay.
she had a friend with her, and we saw the guy with in the stocks that everybody's throwing tomatoes at, and they had this board, and you know, before you get the tomatoes, and they take this, and it has like the spike on it, and they jam the tomato on the spike so it splits it open.
Oh yeah, that's
So that you
smart.
can't
so you
throw a
don't
hard
like
tomato at
it.
somebody's face. So this guy, I mean, this dude was on point.
That would be awesome.
And he was picking points off everybody, and everybody was so mad at this guy. He was so good at his job that the guy that was with Gina, and he was just like ping, 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 you know, and he was so mad that every
How'd
time
that go?
he would throw the tomato as hard as he could, and it kept flying apart before it got to the guy, and that made him even more angry.
So yeah, he had Donald Duck moments too then,
Yeah,
right?
it was funny.
But am I more Donald Duck or more Daffy Duck?
Donald.
Snot guards. Yeah, whatever. Sneeze guards, snot guards. You know what I'm talking about. So people can't breathe on your food. You know, I'm just putting the ideas out there. I am just the creator of the crazy vision. Okay, y'all have to implement this stuff in your own minds because don't do it my way because it's not gonna work. Like I said, so many rules and permits and stuff. Just seems like a lot of trouble. I do like to break stuff though. I
Yeah.
would pay to go break stuff. Does anybody have anything that needs to be broken? Because if you do, I would like to come break it, please. Send me a text or an email.
Do you have a place you
Call
can go
me
and
at
do that?
home.
Good thing on your shirt right here. They have a place you can go and do that.
Don't be violating my bubble. You see, I moved away from you because you were making too much racket. Your shoes sometimes squeak on the floor and it drives me crazy. I will break a toe. Not really. Oh, I can't imagine. Okay, so this whole Norma Bates issue, that is a crazy mom. That is a really well written story. So my question is this. You know that every good story comes from a tragic
A
heart,
little bit of truth.
right? Yeah. So when you're talking about horror like that, you have to say, wow, somebody went through some shit to know what they know, right? Or have these concepts.
Yeah, especially if you think about like.
So that person is scary. That person that comes up with that shit is scary. So be afraid of my food ideas, okay? Because I am crazy like that. You will one day be driving down the street in St. Louis and see some shit like that. And you'll be like, laser tag fondue, what?
minus
Only
the laser
without
tag
lasers and the tag. But it'll still be
That'll
called.
be like in parentheses. Only without the lasers or the
Yeah,
tag.
lasers and tag not included.
It's like, can I have a bacon cheeseburger and hold the bacon and the cheese?
Basically, you're going to walk into a room where you're surrounded by food and you get to put stuff through it. Now when I say it that way, it sounds pretty bad. Especially if you have holes cut in platforms and when you stick something through it, it's covered in chocolate or cheese.
Or chili.
Or chili. Chili would be so great though, raining from the ceiling. No meat chili. Just put that out there. Okay.
Yeah, see, there's the vegetarian option.
Yeah, right? Yeah, non-dairy cheese because we all know vegan cheese is delicious and doesn't stop you up at all. Just saying. What?
Oh, I don't know.
Chicken butt. You didn't even say it that time. I said what and you didn't say chicken butt. Slacking on the job. Do we have any real content to talk about? I've talked about 100 things.
No. Do we ever?
How are you doing in 2022? Because the last podcast, we were talking about 2022. We got it together. We're going to do this thing, right? And now I'm like, are we? Are we going to do this thing? Are we going to do 2022 or are we doing 2020 all over again?
It's like 2020 part 3.
It does feel that way, right? Version 3? We can't be the only ones that feel that way. Y'all chime in. You've got 8 seconds before I change subjects. We have 8 seconds to talk about this so they can talk.
Right.
So they can...
Well, that's all I really have to say about that.
Okay, Forrest. That's how I used to get off the phone. I would say, okay, I'm done talking. And I was just commenting about, bless his heart, Dad doesn't know how to get off the phone with people. I figured a way around that. I just literally tell them the truth. I'm done talking.
Yeah, he might keep going. Because if there's too much silence, then he'll stammer for a second and then he'll think of something else to talk about.
That's because there's a lot to talk about in this world when you're 80, guys. Oh, don't vape, by the way. Don't vape. And if you do, go to Neil's shop. But what is it called? Vapors Express or Express
don't keep-
Vapors? Crap! Why do I keep doing that? But still don't vape.
I
though.
have dyslexia. I get that messed up. So don't ask me.
I just know where stuff is because landmarks. Right? I mean, I would really be screwed if I had to remember that sort of stuff.
It's over by the bling shop. You can see the bling shop. You turn right.
Okay, well, let's not tell everybody where I get,
Your
my
vape?
vape and vape accessories. Because I don't want them to go buy the stuff out.
So you don't want Neil's business to
I said I don't want them to buy this stuff out. I don't want people to vape. Don't vape. I've got to change that habit too. And I have a lot of habits that I need to change. And you need to change that picking in my chair shit habit.
You need to change
Stop
that. I
it,
got
stop
stuff
it,
stuck to my
stop
chair
it.
habit.
Oh my God. You probably put it there. Or it might be a booger from the kids back,
Not likely.
15 years ago. Just stop messing with it. Holy cow.
It's probably food.
Okay, so we talked. It probably is. Oh, I hate you. So that just made me think of the booger wall again. Okay,
There
so
was a ridiculousness video where this girl was crying, and she's like, "My boyfriend of 3 years broke up with me because I showed him my booger chair." And she flipped over her computer chair.
no, please don't. Please stop. Oh my God, I might throw up. Mm-mm. Oh, I need about 8 seconds.
That's Rory.
That's tough. So
Rory says, "Let me know when the podcast is over."
Oh, tell him to come in. Tell them to come in. They can come in and hang out and be on the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's going to be over in a minute anyway because, we're boring people. This is just our life. The reason we have this podcast is to show that we are normal people. People are scared of transgender people. People are scared of LGBT people. And a lot of people feared that we would lose our children when we transitioned. And there were cases where people were losing their children when they transitioned when we were in Texas. And so this is our attempt to include everybody like us and everybody else, in regular everyday conversations that they might not be funny at the time, but they're pretty funny in hindsight, right? Like I was pissed as shit having to scrape boogers off of the damn wall and repaint every military housing
and when
we
we
were
sold
in.
the Santa Fe.
Oh
Remember
my
that?
God. Our vehicle, the Santa Fe, Rory's booger wall. It was so terrible. I had to take a putty knife, and resolve. I had to.
Got it.
Ooh, that was intense. So, and it does sun bleach, by the way, like
But,
eggs.
Kids.
Like eggs, how
I mean,
eggs
what are you gonna do
make
for
your paint
kids?
fade. Yeah, boogers do that to the upholstery of your car, just so you know. First-hand experience right here. Yeah, and the smell of baby poo never comes out of the fabric, ever. It doesn't matter what you do. And I don't know how you would do it. I didn't microwave it, so microwaving it might, but I highly doubt that.
We've had some
Events.
some
Events. Some poo events.
some
Oh,
car
look,
seats.
we came full circle.
Some-
We started out talking about poo, and we're ending talking about poo. It's a natural ability I have.
car seats that have been run through the gamut.
Oh, they
They've been taken to
nasty.
max potential.
And I don't even think that Oliver, I don't even know. That kid, he was crummy. Oliver's just crummy. We're getting all kinds of wonderful stuff. Okay. So anyway, guys. Yes. Well, what else? What else other than to go full circle about poo?
Right?
Look, the only reason why I like the comments on the homepage on the live cast is because then everybody can see the comments of everybody else, and it's not like we're having secret conversations. I feel kind of bad when I'm looking at it and we have our people here and it doesn't seem fair. I know who I was going to mention, Amy Phelps, my best good friend's sister who lives in England.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to give a shout out to her too. So we have lovely, lovely friends, and I now have lovely, lovely bowel movements, and I am going to have lovely habits, right?
Of course.
You fall
Because
in
you're
love with
going-
me more and more every day, don't you?
Yes.
I see it.
And this last stint with the constipation, I'm sure, has taught you a lesson on staying hydrated.
And I said my resolve is I'm gonna go eat meat. I'm gonna be eating meat. And yes, I do need to stop this, but that's tomorrow's problem, guys. And you know what? That's the truth of the matter. As much as I love being a life coach, I cannot live your lives for you, and you cannot live your lives for me. Hopefully, you'll do better than I'm doing with vaping, or not vaping, I should say. Be a better vapor than I am. Right? But I'll take it. I've almost been clean 20 years from street drugs. So what? Like, I'm just saying, if vaping is the biggest problem I have right now, I'm doing damn good.
I agree with that.
So I'll take that. 20 years, holy crap. In July, it'll be 20 years that I stopped using heroin and coke and crank. So that's my story, guys. And I can't believe that I did it this long. I have to confess, though, when I went to the emergency room and they ended up giving me morphine, I'm really sensitive to that, and I did say that, but they ended up giving me morphine anyway. I needed a couple of days to tell myself it was okay, because that was a sucky experience to feel like that again. Drugged, I guess you could say, to feel drugged like that. It was stressful for me. But I'm over it. I know myself. I got this shit almost 20 years. Love you, baby.
I love you too.
We've been married 20 years. In November. So if y'all do the math, you know why I quit using drugs, right? I quit using drugs because I met somebody who was worth it. Who made me feel like I deserved a better life. And I would say you accomplished that. You give me a better life just by being with me. I don't care where we live, even though we have a fantastic house that drives me crazy. It works. We're kooky in this house.
Kooky and we're spooky.
No, stop. No. And we're surrounded by love and light. And you both are so special. Sarah said that. And she means special. She doesn't mean special like how Carol says we're special. She doesn't mean it like that. Sarah means that we're actually special to her. You're special to us too. And Donna and the rest of the family. And Lindsay, oh my God. I can't believe I even forgot to mention Lindsay. And I'm out of the jelly. God, I was so upset too because I've got some delicious can of butter.
Didn't share it very much.
I did not. I have no intention on sharing it ever again if I get more.
I want some jalapeno jelly. Then,
you know
then
what?
Then
hey,
what?
Hey, guess what?
Be all
One
mine.
hand and shit in the other and
Be
see
all
which
my
fills
jelly.
up faster. And
I
if
would
it
be
was
like, you want
me,
some of this? No.
the want would fill up faster than the shit. Didn't you ever say that growing up or hear that growing up?
Want one again?
And shit in the other? But they say spit. That's a vulgar way
I've
of
never
saying
heard the
it.
spit way.
Never? Well, you used to also think that it was... No, I won't make fun of you because that's awful. You thought it was grab the bully by the horns.
Right. Right.
Wow. God, okay. So many people in so little time. I did say that I would answer a few questions like, what do we eat? I touched on that. I'm a vegetarian, about
Who is
to be
your
a
daddy
meat
and
eater.
what does he do?
And you eat whatever's in front of you.
Yes.
Like, you used to eat it. Wow! You used to eat MREs.
Yes.
What are those?
Meals ready to eat.
And what do they taste like?
Meals ready to eat. They all taste the same.
Right.
What does this taste like? It tastes like an MRE.
It tastes like portable, shelf-stable food.
But
it was damn good at the time.
Yep.
Tell them how you make caramel.
It was more of a sugar cookie, but you take the sugar packet, which is
Caramel,
paper.
people. She just doesn't know that.
Lined in foil.
Stop kicking that chair! Okay.
Did you see that?
I was baited into that. Wow. That was my flash fury. Flash fury. God, it only happens like with noise or like that smacking video you showed me of the ice cream eater. The ice cream taster. Lord help me, I would die. I just couldn't do it. So, okay.
You take the sugar packet, which is lined in foil and paper, and you just catch it on fire. And once you burn all the paper off of it, the sugar inside just turns into like a solid chunk.
Caramel. It's a caramel piece.
Maybe I didn't have it in the fire long enough, but I never got caramel. It was like somewhere halfway between.
That's still caramel. That's burnt sugar's caramel. That's what you had was burnt sugar. That's caramel.
Yeah.
Unless
But
you
it wasn't
say
like-
caramel,
it wasn't
and
like-
then you're weird. I bet Carol says
It wasn't like,
caramel.
open up the package and it was all gooey or anything.
Well, did I say anything about gooey?
But when you say
Brock's
caramel,
caramel's not
when
gooey.
you say caramel,
Brock's caramel's
it
not
is
gooey.
once you start chewing
really?
on it
Is
full.
it? Is it?
You
Is
heat
it?
it
That's
up.
after you put it in your mouth.
If
after
you were to
it's
heat
in there
it up,
and you let it melt.
it would be melty.
What else?
And what are we using?
What else?
Fire.
What else? But it's half melty. It's still caramel if it's burnt sugar. Caramel. It can be black and it's
I
still
just didn't- I
caramel if
guess I
it's
didn't-
burnt sugar.
I didn't have it long enough.
Whatever. Well, it sure the hell ain't no sugar cookie. You didn't have no flour. You didn't have no milk and eggs and whatever else love goes into it. You didn't
Okay,
have no love.
you
You
have to-
had war.
You have
War went into that.
You have to
That was
understand that it was a piece of sugar that was a solid piece. Therefore, it was a cookie.
That's a biscuit, not a cookie, right? Oh God.
If we were in England, maybe.
Well, Amy's in England, so you know what?
Yeah, and like I
She can
said,
tell me.
she can
She's-
say biscuits.
And she told me this morning, doing the peace sign, was flipping them off, and it's like, yeah, well, that depends on where you are and what you see. Basically, is what I said, because if you don't look for it, it ain't gonna be there. Is that Carol? That's got to be Carol. Oh, wrong. Burnt sugar is not. Oh, it is too. Caramel is burnt sugar. Well, you add other shit like milk and stuff, but nonetheless, that's soft caramel. But, caramel in general is burnt sugar. That's just it. It's all shit that I'm not supposed to have, so it makes me angry. So whatever. She can have her stupid sugar packet patty. Oh, those are good. Those peanut patties, those red ones that we used to get in Texas. You know what I'm talking about? The peanut patties that, and they got those shits in North Carolina too, because that is a southern ass thing. It's like peanut brittle, but it's soft.
I think
And so it's got all the peanuts in it, but it's red, and my mouth is watering. It is.
Peanut butter?
No, my
Sugar?
God. Stop doing that. Why do you do that to me? It's so terrible. So at least you're not kicking my chair. You're just making your foot rub against it and make that really annoying rubber sound. I'm such an ass, and I don't even care. Am I even trying to change? No, that means you just have to accept me for what I am. And you do. Why?
I mean, you accept me for who and what I am.
Really though, do I get kind of animated and you make fun of me.
No, I don't make fun of you. I just laugh.
You were laughing and pointing.
I
you
bet
were
you
laughing.
I
and
was
literally
pointing because I was
You
like,
were pointing
this is
and
what I'm
laughing.
talking about.
Pointing.
I bet y'all were laughing too, weren't
and
you?
laughing. I'm just saying.
Were y'all
Oh,
laughing
look.
too? Yes, indeed. See? Yes, indeed.
You better quit. That was so 7 minutes ago. Not 8 seconds ago. Sarah, she's trying to twist your words. Okay, for real though now. I want to go squish Norma Bates's head. If you guys have not watched Bates Hotel, you need to watch it. Or is it Bates Motel or Hotel?
Yes. Motel.
Why did I say hotel? Hotel.
It's a motel because you
It
got
is
to
a
park your motor vehicle in front of your door.
Is that the difference?
I don't know.
Is it?
I
You
don't know.
just said some shit that you can't back up. You
Oh.
wrote
Yeah, I
a
made some shit up.
check that your ass can't cash.
Everybody can just Google that in your own time.
Hey Google, what's the difference between a motel and a hotel?
On the website skyscanner.com, they say, a hotel is usually a large, enclosed building with hundreds of rooms across multiple floors, while a motel has 1 or 2 floors with outdoor room entrances. I also found an answer to this question. Is a motel the same as a hotel? Do you want to hear it?
No. Clearly she just gave us the difference. Why does she keep talking? What is Carol saying? What is she saying? See, we can't read this stuff.
It's
because...
caramel, not caramel.
Oh my God, I told you she said it. I told you. I knew Carol said
It is
it
caramel.
that way.
You're right.
It is caramel. It is whatever I say it is because that's my reality. So, anywho's, have you had fun tonight?
Yeah, this was a welcome change. It was kind of a gray day, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we've spun everybody up enough about our tragic tales of Carmel?
Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
one more though, real quick. So
Do you think everybody's had enough?
So something else that you did. This is about you though, so it's entertaining, not me. So the one other thing that you did with the fire. Did I
when I
actually
burnt my hair off?
talk about it
Oh,
because
God.
it's awesome.
We actually have pictures of this.
Be sure that the mic picks it all up good and well.
Alright.
It's a good story. You're welcome.
Where was that? Let me think. 1996.
Picture it, Bosnia.
No, not even there yet. We're in Croatia still.
Oh, Croatia. Sorry,
Yeah,
picture it, Croatia.
Croatia and probably January, so it's snow everywhere. And like
you
2
still
feet
like
of
it.
snow everywhere. And like we had our Arctic weather gear, like the moisture vapor boots and everything,
God,
So,
it
like,
just
it
sounds
was so cold.
Like all that, just before you even got to that part, just saying snow and then how much was too much for me. And now you have
And it-
Arctic gear.
Yeah, it wasn't that it was just so much snow. It's just that it was so damn cold. It was so cold, and so we have these potbelly stoves that in the tent that run on diesel, and you have a diesel can set up outside the tent. And it runs through a little hose and it goes through a little line and drips, and then that sustains the fire. And
Oh, that's really smart.
and so you have a little primer cup that's right outside the stove, and a little
Spigot.
valve, and you open it up, you fill it with fuel, and then throw it in there, and
How much
that's
typically
how you
do
start
you
the
do?
fire. Huh?
Tell people how much do you typically put in the little
Oh,
jiggers?
it's maybe a quarter of a cup at
You're rubbing
most.
your hands again, weirdo.
Maybe a quarter of a cup at most.
That's
And-
a lot.
No, it's really, I mean, at most. So probably less than that.
Okay.
It's just enough to kind of splash the inside and get the fire started. So we had that. We usually, we have several cans and we change them out all the time, and so the fire was always on, and until we left. And if we left, then we had to kill the fire and we go do whatever we needed to do, and then come back and start the fire back up. So the fire had been on all morning, and the Sergeant Farron, the guy that was mine CEO at the time, was
What
like, "Hey,
was-
we're gonna go over to this place and get some breakfast." Huh?
What kind of building is this in?
It's in a tent.
Okay, what
It's in
kind
a
of
little GP small tent. It's
Okay.
like probably 8 to 10 feet.
But heavy canvas.
Yeah, real heavy. It's about 8 to 10 feet across, and it's round. So Sergeant Farron said, hey,
Like a circus tent.
we're gonna go and do this thing. And I was like, all right, put out the fire and go start up the Humvee. All right, so I did that, and I'm sitting out in the Humvee getting it warmed up, and he comes back and he goes, hey, cancel that. We're not gonna do that right now. We're gonna go do this thing. Like, okay, so I went. And he said, go ahead and start the fire back up. All
And
right.
at that moment,
And
you
I knew
were
it was
happy.
hot.
You were happy with your life and happy with your hair, and everything was okay,
Yeah, basically.
as okay as it could be.
So I go back in the tent and start dropping all my gear. You know what I mean? Because I'm already layered up. Armor on.
Yeah, I
and,
would be too.
and coats and everything. So I drop all my gear off and go to move. You know, I fill the little primer cup back up and I drop it in the stove. And I know that stove is hot. So I'm not going to get my face too close to it. So
Well, that's a good plan.
So I throw the
I
cup in
would
there.
have stuck my face
and
in it.
I threw the whole cup in there, and because I had a little cable, and so I could reel it back out. And
Like a well, like a wishing well.
And so when I threw the cup in there, I heard it go. Tss, and I was like, all right, there's gonna be a lot of fume, so this thing's gonna pop. And so I lit a match and threw it, and nothing happened. I was like, damn it.
You never
So
look in the barrel.
I lit another match, and I went to drop it in there, and right as I went like this, it said poof, and it burnt off my eyebrows, and it burnt my hair back to here.
And so, what did you have to do with
I
your
spent the next several
burnt
hours.
sugar?
My hair wasn't shortened. We'd been in country for a couple of months, and so it'd been probably
Had it
about a
grown
month
out?
since I've had a haircut, so it was
Yikes.
getting kind of thick. And so I spent that evening shaving my head with a pack of razors and some shaving cream because I had burnt my hair off and it smelled so bad.
And I have a picture of it.
Yeah, it actually made it in the newspaper.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember how. I don't remember how.
But we have it hanging upstairs.
God.
And that is an epic tale. You didn't
Yeah, it
think
ended
it
up
was
in-
funny at the time.
in an issue of Stars and Stripes, I think.
But you didn't think that it was funny at the time. But now you can look back on that and go, that was my time spent. And that shit really happened. And it sucked. And I embraced the suck because I had to. And now I can laugh about it with my kids when they're saying, oh my God, my hair's so ugly today. You can go, at least you have hair and you didn't have to shave it off with a pack of razors in Croatia.
I think that I usually get a chuckle whenever I hear the kids say, I'm tired from all this walking. Please.
Yeah.
You're
that's-
complaining to the wrong person.
That's good stuff. And yeah, and anytime they're talking about, how their room is so messy that they want to come downstairs and play in the living room, and I just like look at them and go, you have a house that you have your own room that all you have to do is maintain it, and you have your own privacy and your own space.
Yeah, the little fuse kind of blows for a second.
Yeah.
And then the little guy that lives in your head, that he goes in there and replaces the fuse, and you come back and you're like, wait, what?
And it's the truth that every generation has their privilege, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
we had ours, and our parents were like, oh, you blasted kids.
yeah, but
Turn that ruckus down.
did you just say ruckus? We didn't even
Cut the
have,
malarkey.
we didn't even have though computers until we were like young adults, cell phones and shit like that. It's like you don't even know. Oh, we were talking with someone, and they said, if you are pretending to answer the phone, how do you pretend to answer the phone? Like with your hand, when you gesture, you do this. So ask your kids, everybody, ask your kids or any young adult how they answer the phone. Like tell them to pretend to answer the phone. And if they go like this, yeah, you have failed as a parent. To
You
teach
date
them
yourself if you do this.
that this is a phone. This is how you answer a telephone. You don't answer a phone like this, because if you do, I'm going to smack your hand just like that. And it's going to be funny. And then I'll point and laugh. That is when I'll point and laugh. Or if I push you in a mud puddle. Because that's some funny shit. But apparently only if you're my child. And only if you deserve it. I had a good time. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thanks for hanging with us.
For real, we're getting off here now. I just wanted one more story. So, everybody have a great date night if it's date night. If not, sucks to be you because I'm having my date night. All right, bye.
Bye.